Yeah. Pour a drink in the glass, light your stick, get serious. When King haters speak, every take be fearless. David O, give it all facts. Y'all should tap in. No time, grudge racing, we bout that action. Opinions be loud, everybody got a stand. If you nice in them lanes, we gon' know in advance. From the track to the streets, we check every situation. You are now tuned in to Cognac and Conversation.
Okay, we are back for part 2 with our guest, Mr. Prostock Joe.
The ambassador.
The ambassador of Grudge Racing.
The NGRA commissioner.
The NGRA commissioner. Okay, Joe, this part 2, so I'm going to start it off like this. When we announced that you were coming on the show, I called a few people and they wanted me, I told them, well, like, what questions do y'all want me to ask Joe? And overwhelmingly, this one question keeps popping up. So we want you to tell everyone, when you're at the track and you was doing that raffle, what was in the goddamn TV box? Did you have an actual TV that you was raffling off? I heard it was bricks in that box. I heard it was books in the box. I heard it was just foam. What was in the box?
Well, Dave, as well known as I am, everybody in the world knows who Prostock Joe is. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine you winning the TV, one of the over 20 to 50 TVs I've given away over the years? Mm-hmm. Can you imagine you going home and finding some bricks in your box?
but you know that.
What would you do?
Okay, I get it.
What would you do? Say it. I want you to say it.
Oh yeah, I would put it out there. Put it out there. You ripped my ass off. I got it.
But money, math, mystery. You know? So which one was it, Joe?
It was all three. It was a big screen TV to watch the Grudge game on. That's what it was.
Okay.
We were bringing it to you live and raw back then. Real authentic Grudge racing with real authentic commentating.
Because I think that you had the option. You had the option where you could got the cash.
Well, that came later on. From the beginning, it was just a TV.
Just a TV.
Right?
It was always either or.
It was always either or. I ran into people.
I would rather pay the cash out than give the TV out. I'd have made $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 on the TV. If I can give out for $300 or $400 and keep the TV to do it again, I do it every time.
Because you ain't got to buy the TV no
more. The TV cost $700 or $800. That.
Nah, Joe, you had that Walmart TV that was like $379 on Black Friday. Come on, Joe.
No, sir.
Come on, Joe. It wasn't even smart. Back then, it wasn't even a smart TV.
Black Friday only come once a year, fool.
So you was getting a discount and hope to keep that same TV all the time.
No, sir, not no discount, but I was hoping to keep the same TV all the time. Yes, sir, I was hoping that.
Right.
Yeah, that was slick, though. That was slick. What, you got something?
No, so I'm just going to say.
How do you think retailers make money?
Right. So you can confirm that there was an actual TV in the box.
Oh, absolutely. If I wasn't, man, listen, man.
Right.
They killed me for charging. We got this thing now where kids 12 and under get in the track free.
Right.
In Florida, the people that ran the events, they told me, you charge those people $5, you let them in free. You charge them $5, the same thing we do. Right? I didn't say they made me do it, but they recommended that I charge them so people wouldn't be, why come he can get us in free? We was down in Florida at West Palm Beach, and I charged the little kids $5. They said I was charging pregnant people twice a year. He said I was charging the kids, and then went to charging pregnant women to get in. I said, "Fool, don't you know I do this for money? Of course I'm going to charge as much as I can get away with it. But like I said, the people there told me to charge them told me that I could charge $5. That wasn't my original idea. It was somebody planted the thought in my head. I went through with it, but somebody planted the thought.
So you charge pregnant people?
Twice. You and your baby.
Yeah, they do charge. They do charge now. At the regular events, like the time events, it's kids 12 and under. I think 12 to 5 pays $5.
Right.
It's not no 12 and under free.
But Joe said he was charging the baby in the stomach.
I know. I mean, That was Joe.
Joe, you hard.
That was a joke that somebody told somebody
we
from
thought it
down
was for
south.
real.
No,
Oh, it wasn't true.
no, it was. How can I charge a woman, baby?
Because there's two people coming through. That
like
Joe,
I said, you tell a lie enough times, people begin to believe it.
Yeah.
Dayton said it 3 times.
The fact is, I did not charge no woman and her baby to get in the track.
Mm-hmm.
But you did tell them to don't take the TV, take the cash.
I did tell them that. Yeah.
So we got some of the truth out of you.
I tried to make that sweet for they can take that cash and not take the TV. I don't want to buy another one.
So I got something for you.
Okay.
Down at the creek, when Black Nasty came down there, was summons to come down there and should I go that route? Let's go that route.
All right, go ahead.
Black Nasty, allegedly, Black Nasty was paid to come down and try to run David O when David O had a lock-in race to run Jeff Rogers. Did you know that?
When David hit me in my eye today?
Yeah, when he knocks out, when he knocked your flip phone. Before we get to the flip phone,
Y'all gonna stop that shit.
but
That
okay,
was no flip phone. That was a brand new iPhone.
what was the iPhone 2?
No,
Because that was a while ago.
iPhone 35.
Okay, but
they didn't come out yet back then.
But okay, it was allegedly that a group of guys on the back lines had paid or put up some money for Black Nasty to come and run David O. Okay, David O knew nothing about it. David had a race locked in and run Jeff Rogers, couldn't run him because the car broke. They was having problems. So that entourage, Black Nasty, Rock and all of them, came over along with you, and it's not allegedly because we was all there, came over and walk us through when y'all marched over to his camp and give us play-by-play from your recollection what happened.
In those days, I had many hats. I was a videographer, I was a live streamer, I was a promoter, and I was a racer. That day, I was partial promoter and a videographer and live streamer. So I had my video camera and my live stream running. I walked. Black Nasty was over messing with David O, and I was over instigating the whole thing as a good promoter should. A promoter should instigate the two races to race, not fight each other, not be nasty, not be uncivil. He should agitate them to race. At the end of the day, it's about locking in, and when you lock somebody in, you announce who you got locked in at the end of the day. I was over agitating Dave. Like I said, he was saying pushing the F button, trying to make him race. He didn't want to race. He didn't want to change his no to yes. So he knocked my phone out of my hand, told me to get out of his face. I was known for getting up in people's face and being rude about it. At that time, I wasn't a God-fearing man at the time, so I was being extra rude, and he had enough of it, so he knocked the phone out of my hand and told me to get out of his face.
Yeah, you've been in you've been in my face multiple times when I'm in the car trying to get that last second out of me, and at times it made me think, Joe with them trying to get at me, because once I get in the car, I'm focused. Right. I don't want nobody talking to me besides my crew telling me whatever they need to tell me. Mm-hmm. But Joe, being the reporter that he is, he wants to get that last one. Because a video just came up on Facebook with you and Short Dog's faces and saying whatever. Mm-hmm. And knowing that, but I knew back then, but once I got in the car, I ain't want to be bothered by nobody. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Let alone Joe in your face. Joe don't be at a distance. He right in your face.
And being the objective reporter that I am, I will continue to do that, but in a much calmer way. And at the same time, like I said, contrary to popular belief, I've never been on anybody's side in the whole world except Black Nasty. And that day,
you was.
I was letting a little bit of my biases show, and I shouldn't have, and that was the problem. Like I said, if I had been on equal footing, I'd have been at Black Nasty's neck just as hard as I was at Dave. But Dave could see I was one-sided, so he knocked the phone down.
But you know what? I'm glad you admit that. because a lot of us, not all, but most of us knew that that you are pro Black Nash, and ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Wasn't nothing wrong with that.
Black Nash is my blood cousin. He's my blood cousin.
Oh, we never knew that.
I never knew that.
He's my blood cousin.
Okay,
yeah,
I never knew that.
Oh wow, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first on here.
The way I met him was I had a race car. I bought it down in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I was staying at my friend's house before I bought my own house out there one time, and took my car to a shop to get something to parachutes put on or something. The guy said he couldn't do it, so he told me to go to Anthony's shop. I didn't know Anthony at the time. I didn't know him, so we got there, and he had the name Anthony Williams in the door. Rob said, "You might be my cousin or something." That was my uncle. God bless his dad. He was with me at the time, and they started talking about back, and they got to the same uncle. And we found out that he was a cousin at that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you think you can get your cousin to come up here and run David O?
I believe I can do that.
Oh, yeah.
Put my promoter hat back on. Yeah, I can turn the you don't know into yes.
Yeah. I talked to him maybe like a few weeks ago.
I'm calling right now.
And he was like, he said, "David, I didn't even fire the car up, yada, yada, yada." I said, "Man, look, we might as well just go." I said, "We got to get it over with. You know what I mean? No win, lose, or draw." He said, "Yeah, you know, I'm gonna come out this year and stuff like that." So we still hadn't came up with a date or time, but I would like for it to happen this year. I would like. I mean, it's been a while. I mean, he's the only one that I can't get Justin because now he done sold Cody. You know, he got it up for sale. So I don't think we're gonna get that off.
But that's something that we can ask Joe about too, being a objective reporter that he is. Okay. Quarterback this for us. David had a lock-in race. DP money up, correct?
Right. Justin sent his, and I sent mine.
Right, to run in September. It's allegedly the car that Dave was supposed to run of Justin has been sold or is going to be sold.
Well, right? He lost the DP money.
So do you think once Justin put up on social media that the car is being sold, and pretty much I seen at one time that it said that it's pretty much sold, but it's still not saying it's actually sold. So as soon as the car is sold, do you think that Justin should just send his money once the car is sold, tell Fred, who is the DP man, to just go ahead and send that money to Dave? Or do you think that Dave gonna have to wait until September, 9 o'clock in the lanes on Saturday to get that $2,000 DP money?
You gotta wait till September. At the end of the day, the honorable thing to do is go ahead and give the money up. Right. But he doesn't have to. That's how the Grudge game is played. Right. With trickery and deception. I can make you think A, but it's B. I can make you think blue, but it's gray. Whatever the case may be. The whole point is Justin could borrow the car back in September and come and do the race. Say he don't have to own the car.
I told him that, right.
At the end of the day, like I said, there's a lot of things that could happen, could go down between now and he could buy the car back. Or the guy that has the car might want to do the race, the same thing. So there's a lot of ways that race can still happen. So see, you don't pay the money off until the last minute.
That's why we need the ambassador back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Last year, Bridge Wars. I was locked in to run Jeff Rogers and Josie Wells. Okay.
Did you have a DP man?
DP man was
Fred
Wheeler.
Okay.
Okay.
Was the money up?
I sent in we was going to lock in the money a week before the race. Okay. I sent my money in the week before the race. So I kept on saying, did Frankie send his money? Oh, no, he didn't send it. It's coming. So then somebody from down south called me and said, "Dave, Frankie not coming. That car sold." So I'm like, well, why would they have me send my money, my $2,000, if they know Frankie is not coming? So it was never put on the internet that Josie Wells was not coming to the race. So I go up there thinking I got two races, Jeff Rogers and Frankie, right? And with
Josie Wells.
And of course I raced Jeff and beat the brakes off him. But but Josie Wells, okay, he didn't come, so I'm like, okay, well, fuck it. I want my fucking punk out because he ain't come. I never got the punk out.
So, not to cut you off.
Am I owed it?
Who you think should be responsible for that DP money?
The DP man.
Thank you.
If he promised you or made you believe that the DP was coming, he was standing for it at that point.
Right.
If he put it out there or made you know the DP man did not send the DP or is not going to send the DP, that's another thing. But at the end of the day, like I said, that would be the honorable thing to do. But that's what happens with the DP man. He's not. If a DP man tells you he's going to hold the money, and he takes one side, he's supposed to get the other side. And he's supposed to put pressure on the guy to send the money, or either tell everybody the race is not going to happen.
Right.
That's what we call gate hustling, false promoting.
There you go. We got it out of you. We got it out of you.
At the end of the day, if I'm a DP, if I'm a promoter, and I have a race that's scheduled to go down, or I've been announcing or broadcasting that's going to go down, and I know it's not going to go down because, one, there's no lock-in. There's no lock-in. If I'm the DP man, I know about that firsthand. Or the second thing that it's become known that there's been a change in the status of the car. Either it's broke or it's been sold. And it's in this case, when I know that's the case, my job is to make that announcement as well.
As soon as you get it.
I can't keep letting people think the race is going down and it's not going down.
Especially when you are the DP man. Not just because you the promoter, but because you are the DP man. The DP man is the referee, the one that says that the race is going to happen. But if I only got one DP money, then, and I have word that the car is not going to be there, being sold or whatever, like you said, it's the DP man's duty. As soon as he find out, to let the other party know, which would be Dave, that look, he's not going to make it. I'm going to send you your DP money back. Now hold your DP money till the race and then say, oh, he didn't show up or whatever he told you. I don't even know what he told you, but to just give you your money back, and that's it, because you wasn't looking for just your money. You was looking for his, the DP money. So my thing is, he should have paid that DP money.
That's what I'm thinking. So
if he held your money until race day, then the right thing to do, I'm not saying that he had to do it, but the right thing to do would have been to pay you your money.
Right. Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Right.
If I want to hold your money until race day, you expect to either lose or win on race day.
Right.
There's no in between losing or winning. There's no just get my money back on race day, because one person can't call off a race. Like I said, if somebody's holding your money, a DP man that you're trusting is holding your money until race day, and he's also the promoter, which is a conflict of interest. Like I said, we can see why he held the money and not told you about it, because he had to tell everybody that race wasn't going to happen. Right. And that was one of the headline races, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So that race wasn't going to happen. So the DP man knew that. The DP man / promoter knew that, and he refused to divulge it to you.
Right. And that's a form of gay hustling.
Right. And it was never talked on because I guess Frankie has a relationship with the promoter, and Frankie knows, a lot of people in the race community. But the man owed me, but I'm not even gonna trip on it, because it's too like I had texted him or some shit about the DP. Oh man, you must be stupid. I don't owe you nothing. I ain't sending no money, all that bullshit. But so I didn't even really enforce.
Frankie wasn't at fault. But because he wasn't at fault at that point. Like I said, he promised you that he was going to race when he locked in with you over the phone. Right. But until I send you the money, it's not locked in.
Right.
So he was dead. He was dead on to say, man, you must be crazy. I don't owe you nothing. Because I never locked it in.
Okay. So Frankie don't owe me shit. The
Frankie don't owe you nothing.
And I was telling you that too. That because the promoter knew that Frankie's car was up for sale, and that it probably would be sold, and he never put up his DP money, but for the promoter to still promote it, that is gate hustling.
Okay.
You know,
well,
so
I apologize to Frankie because I call him old motherfuckers than enough. But
yeah.
If he wasn't, responsible for it, that's my bad.
Right. Mm-hmm. No, that's not your bad. You're bad for saying what you said to Frankie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because
Fred owed me $2,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I would say.
Fred, I'm coming to collect my $2,000.
Yeah. I mean that's what I would say. Because that's like another form of gate hustling. Okay. Don't say I always say that a race not locked until some money is put up.
Right.
That's it. Now we all know just because money is put up don't mean the race is gonna happen. Because the man can still just say, I don't want to race you, keep the DP money. Mm-hmm. So I always say
that happens a lot.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And people can't get mad at that. If you really know how the Grudge is played, the race don't happen until those cars leave their starter line.
Okay. This is a game that's called the Grudge game. This is a game like any other game. Grudge racing is what we do in the Grudge game. Grudge racing is street racing, legal street racing at the track. Street racing is any two will do. Any two cars can race. Any two vehicles can race. A car and a bike. We took our Wildcat, a 70 Wildcat, and raced a big tire Pro Mod bike. He gave us 10 from the back. We won that race. We've taken an old Cadillac, a street Cadillac, and raced a all-out Malibu race car like you've seen some of the people have. Like it was about like your car. It was big tires and the whole thing. It was back half Malibu, and I had a small block. We took 10 from the back from him. We won that race as well. You can take races from the front or the back, or the Captain Morgan or whatever you.
Yeah, the Captain Morgan is what Scotty G came up with one time in Florida, and just to make a race.
In Grudge racing, anything goes. The only limitation you have is your imagination. What can you make the other guy say yes to? What can you convince him to do by your clever and classy talk? Like I said, you talk smack talk. Like I said, Tony Barnes told the guy one day, he said, I was going to the track this weekend, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come and race you instead. I'm going to go to the man next funeral. Man, I laughed so hard I didn't know what to do. Mm-hmm. Everybody did. And the whole point is that was a classy and clever thing to say. That man was mad as I don't know what. He told you going to the man next funeral just to come race me.
Okay. Your next, I got one.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right, Joe. You've wore the promoter hat, and you've worn a lot of hats in your Grudge race career. What's your thoughts on paying headliner guys to come to a lot of these races?
I'm okay with paying headliner guys. Like I said, you have to be able to draw the crowd in order for me to pay you, though. As a headliner pair, there's two cars locked in. You got to have a substantial lock-in, and the point of the matter is I got to be almost scared. I got to be almost certain. You don't have to I got to be almost certain that you're going to race or make the effort at least. At the end of the day, I know you're not some guys who are going to come and try to collect some punk out money or not try to race, not let the fans see your car go down the track against somebody in competition. I know that. I know you're not going to do that to me. So in order for me to pay you, everybody's not worth getting more money, though, because I can call Joe Blow to come and race Harry Scary, and nobody shows up to see that race. So people are coming to the event were coming anyway. That's just a bonus for them. Like I said, when I call your name, you have to be able to draw. I'm going to see that race like you said about him and Black Nasty. You said you would go see that race. A lot of people would go see that race between you and Black Nasty. If a promoter were lucky enough to get it, again, paying them as headliners, like I said, you can't take the whole bank because there's a limited pie. Everything is limited. Like I said, if you can't ask for $10,000 because that would bankrupt the promoter. He would end up with nothing to going home. He'll be working for free. So you're not going to draw that many people. Like I said, a number of people are going to come because of you, like I said, maybe 100 extra people will come.
Only Joe said it right. Say it again, Joe. Only what?
Only
100 extra people.
100 extra
Dave,
people.
You only
all the
worth
other
100.
people.
Shit.
All the
100 people. You heard it from the ambassador.
100 is $2,000. 200 is $4,000. At the end of the day, if you bring 200 extra people, that means that I can split the $4,000 between the two of you. But the whole point is you're making nothing extra for me. Like I said, I gave you the whole 4,000, so I give you 1,500 apiece. I split 3,000 between the two of you, 15 apiece. And the point is, I get 1,000, you guys get 3,000. And the point is, like I said, everybody goes home happy. You get a little bit, and I get a little bit. Nobody gets the whole thing.
Right.
I like that. I like how he broke that down.
I like that.
You know. Well, I'm more like a $5,000 guy. I asked for 5, hope to get 15 to 2,000.
Oh, so you talked to Anthony. Anthony said that Dave, when we run, ain't nobody gonna make no whole lot of money off us. They're gonna have to take care of us.
He sounded like they had that conversation. The way he just broke that mathematics down.
No, at the end of the day, like I said, I've been promoting for a lot of years. And at the end of the day, I know at the end of the day, how many extra people came just for this one race. There are very few races in the world, very few combinations of races in the world that can pull an extra 200 people in to see them. Like I said, that's on the big way out there, and nobody pulls in an extra 200 people. Like I said, most of the people at the race would have came and see if Joe Blow was racing Fanny Fly.
Okay.
They were coming anyway.
I got this question for you, Joe.
Yeah.
What is a grudge out?
What is a grudge out? It's nothing.
Come on now, you got to have something. You can't just say zero.
At the end of the day, anything with the word out in it is a shootout. Is class racing. Is drag racing at best. At the end of the day, drag racing is not grudge racing. Grudge racing is strategy racing. Drag racing is class racing. We got similar cars of similar type, similar something. Dragsters and dragsters, Pro-Mize and Pro-Mize, Prostock and Prostock, funny car and funny car. Whatever the similarity of the car is, whether it's small block, whether it's all steel, all glass, whether it's a big tire, whether it's small tire, it doesn't matter what it's for, whether it's no time. At the end of the day, these similar cars get together, they drag race. They can do nothing else but drag race because it's a class of, like I said, that's the standard before you race. Grudge racing is legal street racing at the track, and then street racing, any two cars can race. Run what you brung and hope you brung enough. When you negotiate, that's what it means, hope you brung enough. Like I said, you bring your negotiating skills to the table to negotiate a race. Like I said, you have to be able to turn my no into yes, and I have to do the same thing for you. You want 5 in the break, I want to give you 2 in the break. Who's going to say, who's going to break down, who's going to blink, as the saying goes. When you have a staging dude, who's going to go in first? Who's going to go in first? One of the cars has to give in. Both of them can't not go in the race because there'll never be a race. Somebody blinks and goes in first. At the end of the day, same thing with a race negotiation. When you say 2 cars, I'll take 5 cars. How do you put these 2 cars together? From the 2 cars and the 5 guys, do you go down to 4 or do you go down to 3? What do you do exactly? At the whole point is somebody has to be able to say something good enough, funny enough, or clever enough to make the other guy say, you know what the heck? I'm gonna go ahead and do it like you want to do it, or do it close to what you want to do it, to make you say yes. At the whole point is both guys have to feel like it's a fair race, or it's not a race. If I don't feel I can win a race, I'm not going to do that race. The same thing with you. But the whole thing is knowing grudge math, and that's what it's about. Most of you guys don't know how to do grudge math. That's why you drag race. The whole point, you know nothing about negotiating a race. So you're not grudge racers. You can't even call yourself a grudge racer because you don't know how to do grudge math. Grudge math is essential. Is an essential component of grudge racing. You have to know how to take a Toyota Corolla and match it with a Dodge Hellcat. You got to take a dragster and match it to.
So in other words, you're saying they need an agent.
No, they don't need the agent. They need to come to the NGRA Grudge Academy and learn how to become a grudge racer. It's an online course coming soon.
Or is it online? Is it going to be a fee?
Absolutely. Grudge is to be sold, not told.
There you go.
Okay.
Now I want to get back to your book, the Legal Street Racing Handbook. How many times you said my name was in here? No, but
double anybody else's.
But no, the book is much needed. Let the fans know where they can go get it at again. Amazon.
And go on Amazon.com, look up my name, and the book. But the book will come up under my name in terms of all the titles that I have published. That Legal Street Racing Handbook will come up under my name. The name was Legal Street Racing Handbook, Amazon.com, Joseph Wachter.
Okay. Yeah, this is very interesting. I'm glad this is one of the first copies, right?
That is the very first copy ever sold.
No, that was ever given away because I'm not buying it.
I did. I bought it.
Oh,
so
you bought it? Okay, but I appreciate that. I'm going to get you to sign it.
You know what you could do that would really be a good gesture?
Yes.
You should buy 10 copies and give it to 10 fans of Cognac and Conversation.
we Cognac and Conversation would do that.
Nah, nigga,
I said
you, nigga. I said,
well, I do that for a Christmas gift. No, I'll buy some. Yeah, okay. We'll do that. What'd you say that was? Why you say 10 copies? I'll buy 5 copies. They $19.95 a pop. Right? Don't you know race season just started? But everybody should have this. This should be every promoter that does promote no time racing should have this book.
Mm-hmm. There's no such thing as no time racing.
Well, you know what I'm saying, Joe. We got to get in.
That's not grudge.
Okay, grudge racing. Anybody that has a no time race because they will be doing some grudge racing there. Somebody, you know what? All DP men should have this book.
I agree.
There's a big chapter on the race referee inside there that tells you exactly what your job is. You're very, very important to the grudge team. Like I said, with any sporting activity, there's somebody has to keep the law and order, keep it down the middle, and that is the DP man. You can't be on no sides as a DP man. You are the race referee. You call balls and strikes, and that's it. You're not on Dave's side. You're not on Black Nasty's side. You're not on nobody's side. Like I said, that's one of my biggest regrets of going up in Dave's face and getting beat up and have my brand new iPhone knocked down. They beat me up and hit me in the eye and knocked my phone down.
You got him to that fuck it button. You know what I mean? And,
no, I was getting to it. He didn't want to get there. So that's why he hit me and sent me away.
So how much money do you think a DP man should be awarded for being that DP man? Because years ago, up Capitol, I used to do a lot of DPs. People will always request, hey, Styles, man, can you be the DP man? And then when I got to getting a lot of people every Friday night asking me to be the DP man, and then sometime it got into a controversial on the call because of the race, and people that's not in the race, that's in that crew, that put money on with that team, outsiders would say, oh, man, I heard it was this, I heard it was that. And then the loser that was losing was thinking, oh, well, Styles probably with them. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to be a DP man no more because I'm getting nothing for my service, but I'm the one that has to take all of the beating and everything. So now...
Well, how much should a DP man get? That's a very good question. The question that we pose many, many times. Like I said, at the end of the day, like I said, when we get our, like we're looking for sponsors now. When we get our funding, we're gonna pay the DP man something like $250 to $500 per event that you serve as a DP man. You'll get that much money, and you have to DP at least 5 races at very least. we might use 3 or 4 or 5 DP men per race. At the end of the day, like I said, the job of a DP man is not to be biased in any kind of way. Let everybody know from the very beginning, my job here is to call it down the middle. If you don't like it, like I said, take me off the case right now. If you like it,
appeal it.
If you with me calling the case and my word standing, then you stand behind your word and you control yourself at the end of the day. You got to be a good loser to be a good winner. At the end of the day, everybody's going to take an L now and then. But at the NGRA, we're going to have something very brand new. Like I said, when sponsors come aboard, something called the Grudge Games. And in the Grudge Games, even when you lose, you win.
I like how you threw that in there, Joe. You ain't even know you said that, did you? You supposed to said no. I didn't know that saying. But
I'm a very deliberate guy. Everything I say, I know I said it.
Cool. So I was gonna ask something.
Joe, you summed up a lot, Joe. You taught a lot. Like I said, we do need you back in the game. We need your tutelage, because a lot of people are misappropriating no time and grudging and selling it as grudging to get people to come to the racetrack, and they getting gay hustle. And then let's just call it what it is. They getting gay hustle, like with you, with the DP, stuff like that. My thing is, I understand as a grudge racer and as a fan that race really ain't going to happen until I see 3 bubs. That's how I feel. But if I knew that you running Black Nasty, I'm going to go there and take my chance. I know y'all going to shake down. I know y'all serious about racing each other because I feel that y'all have something on y'all chest y'all need to get off. You know what I mean? Like when you traveled all the way to Florida to run them before. Right. But I still had in my heart that it probably wasn't going to go down. Only because enough of not enough DP was put up. It was 5 on 25. Right. I would love to see half of that, or at least 10. You know what I mean? Because they provoke you to come in the middle of the week. You know what I mean? And you eager to race, fuck it, let's go race. Right. We hopped in the truck like the Beverly Hillbillies and we went on down to town, you know. But those type of races like that, those guys already know that those races might not happen. Right. But the DP is good enough, $5,000 and up, you know, to make me say, okay, it's a possibility.
And that's another thing. Everybody can't afford to put up $5,000. That's why in the Grudge Games, like I said, we'll have something for all of you people. Anybody that wants to grudge race can grudge race. Like I said, not everybody should grudge race, but anybody that wants to can. And that's why any cars can race. Like I said, you don't have to have a certain kind of car to be able to grudge race. That's the whole thing about drag racing and grudge racing. Grudge racing and drag racing, you have to have a certain type of car to run for or small block or 275 or big tie or 5-inch or whatever the case might be. You have to have a special kind of car, special parts to race those kind of races. In grudge racing, you only have to have the skill to negotiate a good race for yourself. You have to know how to do grudge math. Like I said, you will be taught that in the NGRA Grudge Academy.
I like that. It sounds corny, but I like it because it's educational, and the new generation don't know nothing about that. Right. I got another one for you. Same race in Florida. Okay, Joe, you're gonna be the judge on this, the judge and the jury. Black Nasty's supposed to run David O. They supposed to run Scotty G an hour after they run David O. Rock wanted his DP money from Scotty because he was supposed to run Scotty an hour after. Scotty G said that you never raced Dave and the hour never came. So why do I owe you the 5,000 DP? I mean, whatever the DP was, I don't think it was 5,000, but the DP or race him. Answer that one for me.
If that's the way grudge racing is about trickery and deception. If that's the way they locked in the steps, one race was based on another race. If the first race does not happen, the second race doesn't have to happen then. That's the whole beauty of grudge racing. Words can make you win or lose, and that's the whole point about it. Like I said, it's about trickery and deception. You can get beat with your own words. You have to be careful of what you're saying and what you lock into and what you step. Like Tony Vine said, you put on 20, you put on 28s, and I'll race you. Tony had on 28s, but he put on 29s, or another case, put on big tires. So he tricked the other guy, and they were looking at me, trying to get me to save him. No, I can't save you. Your words tricked you.
Mm-hmm. But Rock never said that Scotty owed him DP. I mean, owed him.
No, he was trying to make Scotty run him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not just trying to make him run him. Mm-hmm. And Scotty was like, the hour never came because you never ran Dave.
Right.
You know.
And he's absolutely correct in that. If he put that in the stip,
it was an hour after he ran Dave. Mm-hmm. So if you never ran him, you still ain't ran him. So Scotty could still be there waiting.
Right.
You know, for the time to come. Mm-hmm. You know, so and that was a step, you know. So Scotty didn't take no DP money, and Scotty wasn't paying no DP money. Right. You know, but it was the point that Rock and them paid that $5,000. And so I guess they were saying, well, all right, but now that race didn't happen, we locked in with you. But Scotty said, no, you didn't race Dave. So I ain't got to run you. Right. And plus, Scotty had already started drinking.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because Scotty told me, he said, already knew. He said, when they didn't race and they was waiting around, he said, we started drinking. Yeah. We wasn't racing at that because we knew that race wasn't going to happen, so we didn't have to race. So we partied. Right. And that was the first time I had
Presidente.
No, Cap Morgan. Right. Yeah. And been hooked ever since. You know, that's my junk of choice.
The back tire, the brake, and you can't leave till I get to the tree.
No, and the clear. The back tire, the brake, and the clear, and you can't leave until he reached the tree. Some trees are shorter at certain racetracks, but when I was racing him, I got to thinking to myself, I was like, now you're going to see me when I leave if I'm sitting out here. But if I'm back here beside him, he can't see me when I leave, so now he got to look over.
So are you going to admit that you lost now?
I still ain't. The ambassador said, change the rules. But here's the thing. What he said with your words, and what's the key thing? We did not have a DP, a bona fide DP man.
You was just not going
to
take it.
So you know what, for real, I don't even remember telling you that I wasn't going to take it. Now I don't remember.
Now you got amnesia.
I'm beat. What, is it 12 o'clock
yet? The facts of the case
60.
are this man offered this man the Captain Morgan, which means he has the back tire, the brake, and the clear, and he can't leave till he gets to the tree. This man told him beforehand after they had locked in with no DP man, but they locked in because the whole point of you have a DP man, you ain't got to pay. But if you decide you didn't do nothing wrong, at the end of the day, he said, I'm not going to take the back tire for his own set of reasoning.
Okay, no. The reason was, and I got this from Scotty. Scotty G said, Styles, that doesn't make sense. You're going to take less. So why would the man cry about you taking less?
Scotty? I don't give a shit. The reason why we wanted you to take the back tire so we could see you. That's the reason.
So at the end of the day, for his own reasoning, as I said, he did not take the back tire. He didn't move in position to take the back tire. So when he left with him. At the end of the day, he won the race. But because he had a fracture, the grudge racing is grudge track rules is no worse than first. That means if you red light, you lose, no matter if you cross the line or whatever you do after that. If you red light, you lose. Or if you do something else first, you lose. Like leave or don't leave when you're supposed to, or whatever the case. He might be sitting in the wrong place, you lose.
Exactly.
Which is what Wicked Bird did.
Okay. So
in that case.
2-0. I done whooped your ass twice.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, Joe, man, we want to thank you, man. I mean, it's been very informative. And since you keep bringing up that incident that we had back when, you know, I'm a man enough to admit I apologize.
Why you gonna apologize for something you meant to do? You meant to not. You said that man had a cheap phone in his hand.
Nah, in the heat.
I had an iPhone 32.
in the heat of in the heat of the,
But that's grudge racing, though. Not the violence part, but what Joe did. You got mad at Joe because Joe did his job.
Right.
And we just found out tonight why Joe did his job. That's his cousin. Right. Is that your cousin? So he was looking out for his cousin.
A good promoter provokes both racers to try and push them to yes. When you try to get guys to fight, he said you were scared. Man, he talked about your mama. Man, you going to take that as you. Man, you going to let him say that about you?
Right.
Right. And I think promoters need to do more of their job. Not just saying we're having this, and I hear promoters say, well, Styles, I can't make them race. You can do your best to. If you're going to sell them, saying that they locked in, instead of saying the words lock in, you're really saying that the race is going to happen because you keep hollering it, saying it's locked. And like in our heads as fans, we supposed to believe that the race actually going to happen. You know what I mean? Right. I think what needs to be done now when they start saying this, they need to start showing that the DP money was sent in. However y'all sent it in, I got both of their money. If you want the racer to travel, and the racer, the fans already know that if they travel, the race might not happen. Right. But when we see that, okay, your race with Josie Wells, we only know that it was one-sided. Right. Your money was sent in. He said he had your money. He never said he had Josie Wells' money. But saying the race is locked is on the flyer. It's talked about. Yeah. It's the lock-in show. I'm just saying, and not just picking on Fred. That goes for everybody.
Right.
But we just singling out something that we do know that actually happened.
Right.
And I get tired of it.
And that's the whole thing. If you are a promoter that was spoken about here tonight, don't take it personal because it wasn't personal. It's about a grudge education for those who don't like to put up DPs, and for those who promise DPs, those promoters who promise races that they know are not going to go forward. They have an obligation to the fans foremost, and to the racers as well, to the people, to say this race. You make me look stupid saying I'm going to do a race that I already told you I'm not going to do. You make me look stupid for your own benefit. You make the fans feel stupid. They came to see a race and the car's not even there, and you knew the car's wasn't going to be there. So it's about the fans and it's about the racers. Like I said, everybody's after this money now. They think money is a god. Money is a stupid god. Like I said in the Bible, Matthew 26 chapter, it says you can't love money and God as well. At the end of the day, money is the root of all evil. Like I said, and it makes people do stupid things. I know it's made me doing enough stupid things in my lifetime that I don't do anymore, but I've done a bunch of stupid things for money. And at the end of the day, I can testify about that. But again, like I said, that's why we have an obligation to the fans and the racers, like I said, to do right by them and to do right by everybody involved.
Okay. Again, don't forget to go to Amazon, Legal Street Racing Handbook. The author, Joseph Walker, he's been around a long time. He's not the godfather. He's the ambassador of grudge racing. You got me stuttering now about not wanting to say when you gone, then I'm gonna say it back to my old way. My old way.
No time is a class.
Right. Yeah, no time is a class.
Understand, in street racing, right, there was no clocks, no time machines on the street. When have you ever seen a time machine on 150th Street in Queens, New York? When have you seen a time machine on Fountain Avenue in New York, on Columbia Street, or any other a dozen race spots that I can name you? When have you seen some timepieces there at the track? Like I said, they just abused us when we went there. In order to cut the clocks off, we had to pay $100, like I said, for 3 passes, no matter what they were. We didn't do much testing back in those days. It cost too much to test.
Okay. So with that being said, Joe, we want to thank you for coming on. You guys be looking for, I'm sure you're going to be putting up info for the NGRA Academy.
No doubt.
I think you said you had something else that you wanted to say. Did you forget?
The Hall of Fame. He said something about the NGRA.
I told you the NGRA will be inducting a number of racers into the NGRA Hall of Fame, and there will be announcements forthcoming about that as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That'll be done this year, before the summer, something like that? When should we be looking out for it?
As soon as the announcement comes.
So what?
Man says coming.
So what we'll do is, I guess we'll bring you back on Cognac Conversation, and then you can announce that.
That'll be fine.
That way we want to get the exclusive like we did with this book.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And everyone go to Amazon and pick up, what's the name of the book?
Legal
Street Racing Handbook by Joe Wachter. Money Zone.
And how did they get to it? You said
Amazon.com. Like I said, put my name in or Legal Street Racing Handbook in, and you should be able to get it.
And it has 87 pages.
Okay.
From top to bottom, back to front. Is my name highlighted in here?
Man, don't nobody want to.
Or it was just my sayings. I just want to know because you're gonna force me to read the whole book, and I'm gonna read it though
Read the
too.
whole damn-
No, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it. Nah.
We got one of your sayings in your name. Your name is mentioned twice.
Okay, I appreciate that. I'm glad somebody recognized me because it's a bunch of
And the
haters.
NGRA Grudge games coming up. There's a lot of big money prizes, and you'll like this part of it. Even when you lose, you win.
Yeah, there you go. And let the fans know there will
and
be.
You can thank that from Wicked Bird.
Yeah, appreciate that. I appreciate that.
All right.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, man! Tomorrow's your birthday.
No, today's my birthday because it's after 12 o'clock now.
Wow, okay.
Big 6-0. You know what I mean? I made it.
Was you saying that, Dave?
I got to teach some stuff. You know, you keep the youngest around you sometimes, you know. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Prostock Joe, Joseph Wachter, debut and his first publishing of the book that needed to be done, and we out.
Okay. And that's it. And
that's
everyone.
It. We say that's it and that's all.
There it is. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And the next episode up next.
Ooh, let them know. Candy
Tucker.
Lady is coming to town.
So get ready for the legal disclaimers because we're going to need them.
Yes.
We are going to need them for this one.
Sherry Tucker, get ready. Get your nice dress on. When did you come in here looking sharp when you come? And
one of my favorite Grudge game characters.
Who's Sherry Tucker?
Sherry Tucker, yeah.
Yeah, Sherry Tucker been around for a long time, y'all. And she gonna bring some women. She gonna spruce up Cognac Conversation. That's for sure.
Okay. And with that, we out.
Peace.
That's it and that's all.
That's it. That's all, pros.
Yeah. Pour a drink in the glass, light your stick, get serious. When King haters speak, every take be fearless. David O give it all facts. Y'all should tap in. No time, grudge racing. We bout that action. Opinions be loud, everybody got a stance. If you nice in them lanes, we gon' know in advance. From the track to the streets, we check every situation. You are now tuned in to Cognac and Conversation.